back to Bit by Bit. I'm Janet, here with Jess.
Hey guys.
And we are here for a Chicago gaming spotlight. So this is kind of where we're going to have just like an informal talk about an event we went to in Chicago, which is, where we're located, that is video game related and kind of what it's about, how it went, kind of what our thoughts are on whatever activity we took part in, which obviously is going to be games. So we're going to kick things off talking about Geeky Gatherings, which is an event organizing company or service, and they focus on nerd and geek culture. So every third Wednesday they have an indie game event that's called Bits and Burgers, and that happens at Parts and Labor, which is a bar in Logan Square. Yeah. And we've gone to that twice now, so this is going to be kind of focusing on that last time we went. And what they do is you can just walk into Parts and Labor, which is I think it's a pretty solid bar to me.
It's decent. It's not my favorite bar in the neighborhood, but
I don't think I probably wouldn't go outside of this event, but I feel for it kind of works.
They have a $5 beer of the month.
Yeah, they got some good prices. Some good prices.
They're supposed to have one of the best normal burgers, but I don't know. It was okay.
I think it's
they
just okay.
Curly fries. They have curly fries though.
I wouldn't write home about the burgers, but I would write home about the fact that it's cash only, but with your ATM receipt,
this is the best.
They give you a free shot.
Yeah, so you pay the fee, but you get a $2 or $3 shot.
So I'm okay, this event's going great, So you walk in, you can just say oh, we're here for the event, or we're here for Bits and Burgers, or whatever you want to say. And they're yeah, cool, it's in the back. And then we would just walk in. Usually, when we've gone, we we just get a beer, kind of relax, settle into the night, and then we check out the games. So for this month, they had, and this is pet peeve I have of indie games. They had a game called Ovivo. Ovivo. So indie games that are hard to say.
It's not a good look. The one that was 10 V's, right?
Yeah, 5 V's or something.
If you can't say it, you can't promote it.
Exactly. But something that surprised me about this event that I didn't know until the first time we went was that it's not just that one indie game, it's also a couple other games as well, which I thought was really nice because if you're not,
it's already been out and
if you're not into that game, you have other stuff you can play. So at this event there was Ovivo is the showcase game. They also had the End Is Nigh, which is Edmund McMillan and Tyler.
That was fun.
Last name I don't remember how to pronounce his game. And then they had a Switch there, so you could play Mario Kart or Snipper Clips. And they also had
it's a rogue
Yeah. They had Gonner was there, so that was also on the Switch, which was cool to play, and it's adorable. And they had that one game that we were not a big fan of.
I don't remember what it was called because I hated it that much. Yeah. Maybe you'll know what it is just by me describing it. But basically,
or from seeing I think we have some photos or clips of it.
But basically, there's these knights. And they're cartoony, and you have these maps where you can play capture the flag or battle to the death or soccer or something. And there's 8 little knights versus 8 other little knights, and you can be on the same team or different teams. And you get power ups and stuff, and it's dumb. Basically, it's an overhead of a maze looking map.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Yeah, it just wasn't very good. And I also feel kind of this is almost going back to that idea of basic games, but it also wasn't goofy enough to not be good, so it just was bad. It just felt low quality.
Low quality. I would say that for sure. But they're not usually like that. I mean, first one that we went to, the first one of these events we went to, they had Nidhogg, and neither of us ever played Nidhogg, and we straight up played Nidhogg for 2 freaking hours. It was so good.
Favorite game.
Yeah, so check out Nidhogg if you haven't already. Nidhogg 2 is coming out very, very soon. And so basically Nidhogg is just this game where you run around, if you don't know, you're this little pixelated man, and there's two little pixelated men, and they have little swords, and you gotta stab the other person in order to run past them, and you're trying to get to the far edge of the map.
Yeah.
And then if they want to run back towards their edge of the map, so when they have to stab you or kill you, you don't always stab them. Sometimes you jump on their back. You can kick them in the face. Break their neck.
You can also just avoid them if you have enough hops to do it, but it's a little harder.
As long as you're the one running towards your edge of the map. Mm-hmm. So that was a very, very fun game. One of the best games I've ever played in my life.
Me too. It was awesome.
Down. So that was the gem of the original event that we went to, and I honestly don't remember what the feature was.
It was Dead Cells. So it was
pretty good. Dead Cells. Dead Cells was quite good, I thought. Yeah.
So the cool thing is that there's a pretty wide variety. So even though we didn't vibe with the Weird Night game, we vibed with pretty much all the other games, and also it just depends on your taste, and it's cool because you can just walk up and just like play a game, and it's really nice to have that experience.
It's totally free.
Yeah.
You should buy beer, but like you're gonna buy
sure.
beer anyway. I hope so.
Or something. You should buy something to like support, the event.
Get a cocktail, get some curly fries, maybe get the burger. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever you're feeling.
Get your free ATM shot.
Exactly. So how'd you feel about the featured game, Ovivo?
I really liked it. Ovivo was like, for those of you who haven't heard of it before, you're basically like this little ball and you have like an antenna, and it's
just adorable.
Oh, so cute, and it like flops around. But basically, it's like a really geometric looking map. It's all in black and white, and if you're like on the top of a curve, like this is Ovivo, you can like press a button, and now you're in this part below it, but now gravity's working differently. So when you're above, it works like normal, and when you're below, it like sucks you upwards. And so you have to like try to get around the map without getting like sucked up into the air or falling all the way down. It reminds me a lot of the one area in Ori, in the Blind Forest, where you have like the gravity. All the gravity is like flipped to a certain side.
Right.
So
like,
you have to like jump,
kind of float, and you have to like work with gravity. Mm-hmm. So I would say that's how the game is. Like. Yeah, it's very much working with gravity, and
very cute, very minimalist, very simple approach. I think it does it well.
Yeah, almost no use of the analog stick. There is a smidge use of it, but it's very, very minimal.
It's mostly just working off of the curves that you're already on, using your forward momentum from the terrain. Yeah,
I thought it was very decent. I don't think I'd necessarily like go and buy it, but I did enjoy playing it. It was like an interesting thing to check out. And I think it's something that I really like with these events. I feel like I always have like fun playing the games, and it's kind of like the whole point. And the people that are the founders of it are Danny and Nicole, are like the founders of Geeky Gatherings. So I haven't personally met Nicole, but Danny's always there.
Really
hanging
cool
out. Dude. Yeah, and he it was cool because it's a pretty small. I feel like I don't really want to say small turnout, but it kind of is. Like, there's just a handful of people kind of filtering in and out.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of nice. Yeah. It makes it easier to like, I don't know, meet other gamers.
I think so.
If you want to be like making friends or whatever off of the internet, or just like it doesn't get too crowded. It's not like, oh man, I can't play this game.
Exactly. There's like a nice kind of flow of it. So even though it's smaller, I didn't feel like it was like, like necessarily a negative. And Danny's super friendly. Like, he always comes up and talks to us. He remembered us. It's only our second time going, but he was like, hey, you guys are back. Mainly because we were screaming at Nidhogg. That's probably why I remembered us.
We were losing our minds over Nidhogg.
But yeah, so, I mean, it's like a pretty fun time. I definitely recommend it. I mean, for Jess, it's in her neighborhood. For me, it's a little out of my way, but I have a good time with it. It makes me, like, it's great because it's like, I feel like I'm doing something because I'm going out, I'm socializing, but I'm also, like, getting my gaming fix. So for, an introverted type A gamer, I feel like it's kind of like a dream scenario, so...
Yeah, so maybe check it out. You'll see us there. They also have a retro gaming event that's very similar, just with retro games instead of indie games, which is the first Wednesday of every month.
I think so.
This is the third Wednesday of every month. We haven't been to the retro one. I don't know that I'm going to go out to it just because it's not as much my vibe, but I might check it out eventually. But either way, go, support, get your beer, play your games.
For sure. Yeah, and if you're interested in seeing kind of more of what they do, once again, if you just type in Geeky Gatherings on Facebook, it'll pop up and you'll see like all their info. They're also on Twitter and Instagram, so you guys can check it out there and just kind of give them a like, or just at least keep an eye on it to see what their event list looks like and see if any of that catches your eye. And yeah, it's like a pretty good time, decent turnout, and some really solid games with some good people. So, yeah, I think that's about it. So
yeah, if you want to see what we're up to in Chicago as far as like the gaming culture and everything, make sure to follow us on social media so you can see what we're up to. I know we posted some stuff on our Instagram from this last event.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments below what stuff you guys are going to, other Chicago gamers, like what events are you checking out, what groups should we be a part of. I know for me especially, I'm always looking for like Twitter accounts to follow or Facebook groups to join to kind of, because I know there's like gotta be a whole bunch of gamers out there, but I feel like we're all kind of all over the place, which we're hoping to kind of reel it in with this series and see what's out there and hopefully share with you guys what's out there and learn a little bit more ourselves.
All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.